All right, so the session is recording now. As I have said, so the thing is, one can have so many information, but the thing is, as a result of constant practice and just allowing yourself to be flexible in the mind and just staring at the chart, looking at what the chart is presenting, will just help you to be able to streamline the so many information that somebody has. You get. So I also struggle
Okay.
with that. The so many informations that one had, so many information. So and once you have so many information, you when you're on the chart again, it conflicts because it's just like why those things conflict is because somebody has not yet really fully grasped the concept. You get it? So those so many informations will start playing out all at the same time in one's mind, and then one will just get
Mm.
confused. But when one understands the concept so well, you know, okay, if this doesn't happen this way, then it is aiming to happen this way. So, and if you know the entry model so well, if you mark a particular zone and then the entry model presents itself in that zone, you already know, then you just execute because you've already practiced so well that you understand the models you are looking for. You get it?
Okay.
So it is when the models are not properly understood, then at times those when those confusions set in due to the so many knowledge you have, it now makes you have confusion on either to take the trade or not to take the trade. You get?
Yes.
I don't know if you've been watching the weekly forecast.
I've been watching it.
Okay, all right, then it's fine. So let's work with this massive bullishness. Where was the last Friday candle? All right. So when we actually had this weekly forecast, there was something I marked from this particular daily time frame. Let's just look at it. So from the daily time frame, you know, at times, most times, since it's a weekly forecast, we most times look at the weekly perspective. You get. So
Yeah.
what you can see from this delivery, from this Euro USD trade, I've been making emphasis to the fair value gap that price mitigated here. Price return into this fair value gap, mitigated it, and then we started seeing rejection to the upside. So you can see that fair value gap where price dipped, and clearly we can now see that price is failing to give us bearishness to the downside. What we can see is just that the candles are taking the lows, but then volume is failing to close to the downside. We can just see price taking out
Mm.
lows. And then the next thing we saw was bullish impulse to the upside. And now price again returned back into this rejection block, and we are seeing bullishness to the upside. So clearly now you can see here we have relatively equal high points here. Price gave us what relatively equal high points, which you know this is the buy side liquidity. We're together. So
Yes.
that is the buy side draw on liquidity, and it means then that if price is going to the downside, meaning price will be aiming for the sell side liquidity, which is first we have this here based on the swing highs and the swing low, and then we have this one here. So you can see what basically now I've marked out now is your dealing range, meaning your range is from this low here that we are seeing to this created high point here. So if price is going to continue bullish and take out the buy side, then we are looking to see how price will reject at this rejection block, because this is the candle with the longest wick, and then we had this bullishness, but this failed to continue bullish to take out this high. Price is now giving bearishness. So giving us the possibility that price may just want to aim for sell side liquidity. But what we know here is that price here mitigated the weekly time frame bullish fair value gap. So when we go to the daily time frame, what we can see from the daily
Okay.
is how price, you know, came to the downside here during the weekly forecast. That was like 3 weeks ago. I made emphasis to this bullish order block. Wanted to see how price will reject here and give us bullishness. Then what happened? I think this was Monday. One of the Mondays gave us massive bearishness that broke through this bullish order block. But what we can see is that volume failed to close below the order block, and then we can see volume closed above it, giving us the bullishness to the upside. So here in the daily time frame, what we can see is since we are seeing that price now gave us bullishness, we have stack of buy side liquidity here. Now price failed to take out the buy side liquidity. And I think one of the reviews I made emphasis to how price here was respecting the mean threshold of this rejection block. That means the 50% of that rejection block, where you can see volume is failing to close above it. Volume failed to close above it, giving us just the expectation of likely bearishness to the downside. And that was what clearly happened. So we saw price was just failing to continue bullish, even though I was expecting bullishness, because price mitigated this weekly fair value gap, and we're seeing price giving us bullish impulses. So I was expecting it to take out this buy side, but then price failed to take out the buy side, and I think on Wednesday we had bearishness to the downside. So we're going to use this particular price delivery to look at how we would have traded. So clearly now, if you want to conduct the analysis here, is this: we have price now failing to take out this high here on the daily time frame. So price created here, we have price created a bearish fair value gap here. So we have that bearish fair value gap. And what we can see is that price took out this low point with volume closing below it. Volume here closed below this low point. That is what we are seeing clearly. Volume closed below this low. We had this impulse that just took out this high, but failed to take out this ideal swing high point. So it means that if we're going to see bullishness, we want to see how price would trade into this candle week. You know, I told us that weeks are also sponsorship zone. When you mark out weeks and you drop to a lower time frame, you can see the possibility of an order block within that week. Because now this is the bullish order block. This is the down close candle that sponsored this bullishness. But then this candle returned to mitigate the down close candle. But the wick of this candle is not mitigated. So we could see price now mitigate it, and then we have bullishness. So it means that now, clearly now, if we are expecting the coming week, that is a week to come, because we are looking at it from the weekly perspective. We are like trying to do a weekly forecast, and then we're trying to trade it. This was Friday's candle, meaning the week has ended. We're expecting a new week. So we can clearly see that now we have this unmitigated week, which we've just marked now. So we have it here. That's the price level. So meaning if we are expecting bullishness, since we have here price took out the sell side liquidity, we have stack of buy side here. We have stack of buy side. Our attention is pointing to the fact that price here have mitigated this higher time frame bullish fair value gap. So structurally now we have price here took out this buy side liquidity. We have the sweep of that buy side liquidity, and what we now have here is we have the break of this structural low points here. We have break of the structure here. It means that this is our swing high point, this is our high points here, and this is our low. This is the inducement liquidity here. So basically these are all liquidities that price left here. We have this inducement liquidity, we have the decisional point of interest here, and we can see that is where price is reacting at, the decisional point of interest. So price reacted at the decisional point of interest here. We have the extreme point of interest here because this took our buy side and sponsored bearishness that broke structure. Are we together, Mr. Godwin? All
Yes.
right. So that is why you can see when price return here, that is why price is just facing resistance here. You can see price drop, return again, retest, fell, return again, retest, fell. So price is facing resistance here. But what we can see again is that price is giving us more of bullish impulse, bullish impulse, bullish impulse. So there is a possibility that price will fail. This decisional point of interest will fail because it has built stack of buy side liquidity here. This was the first return into the decisional point of interest. Price failed to continue bearish to take out this low point. Price again return, and now we're seeing price returning to the downside. So clearly now, if we're going to have bearish continuation, it means that we want to see price react at this bullish zone. That is, we want to see how price will react at this bullish zone and come into this fair value gap. Meaning if price now gives us a sell reason here, that is when we have to sell to the downside. Because we are seeing that yes, price is
I'm
respecting
with
the
you.
decisional point of interest. So clearly now, if you're going to have a buy movement, meaning we want to buy to this fair value gap first. That is why when you're trading, you have to trade price looking at the possible zones that price may face reaction. Target them as your profit area. Not that you want to buy here and then straight you're looking to see that this buy side will be raided. There's a possibility that price will not raid this liquidity resting here. You get it? Because we have this displacement. The most recent price gave us this displacement to the downside. So clearly you want to buy from this zone to this level. If price give us a sell reason here, we sell. Or we could see price and then maybe just further give us reason and then takes out the buy side. So that is what you'll be looking at. So you have to trade with the two possibilities that is bound to happen in the markets. That is why I always emphasize flexibility.
So in this particular chart,
All right, go on.
it's either the price will continue downwards or
It will go
it will go up.
yes.
But how do we know that it will continue downward or it will go up?
Now this
Or is there something I will see? Okay,
all right. So now this is why now we are presenting the fact that we could see downward movement. The reason why we are saying we could see
okay,
downward movement now is because this is it. This is price took out buy side here, right? This is the lower high, broke structure. This
okay,
is the lower low, right? So what you can see is that price here returned to the decisional point of interest. This is the ideal high point.
yes,
And to price really breaks this high point, that is when you have a market structure shift in a long-term perspective. That is when you have a major market structure shift. But now, when you are looking at the most recent price delivery again, what you're seeing from the daily is
mm,
that we have bearish impulse. You are seeing we are just having bearish impulse when price mitigated the decisional point of interest the second time. So that is why now we are saying that we could see the possibility that price will react at this bullish zone and trade into this zone and then give us a possibility of bearish movement. Why? Because we are seeing this bearish impulse in the most recent price delivery. You get it?
okay,
Yeah. But now we can see that here price built up stack of buy side liquidity. And when you go to the weekly time frame, you can see that we have bullish impulse here. Bullish impulse. You get it? We have bullish impulse. This candle took out this sell side liquidity, mitigated this rejection block,
mm,
gave this bullishness. So meaning from the weekly time frame, you can see that from the weekly that price have not mitigate the open price of this candle. Are we together?
mm,
So that is why we say
yes,
now there is a possibility that it can just mitigate this again and then just continue bullish to take out the buy side liquidity. So let's go to the daily. Now this is it now. We've established it and then we've built the zone. So now when you go to the 4 hour now, what you can see now, you see that zone we mark from the daily, that candle week. We mark from the daily time frame. Are you seeing it here in the 4 hour time frame that we have this bullish order block, this down close candle before this bullish movement? You're seeing it. So you can see we have this down close candle before the bullish movement to the upside. So clearly now, why I now say should expect to see if we are going to have buy movement. So want to buy from here to this zone here. Then this zone, what will happen here would help us determine if we're going to see continuous bullishness or we're going to see price rewards continue bearish because now price mitigated that decisional point of interest. So you see, meaning price is acting at a supply zone, and now back to the downside here, we have a demand zone. Your first profit target should be this zone. You get it? Instead of wanting to take a position here
okay,
and then you are targeting to see that price clears this. Why are we targeting here? Because when you go to the daily time frame, you are going to see it's showing us here that sellers are more present. But now price is returning to the zone that sponsored bullish movement. So since we have more of sellers present here, so we have to look at the zone where there was a strong movement of sellers that left imbalance in the market. And this is that zone. So we want to trade into that zone. If we are buying, we want to buy into that zone. And we want to see the structure that now price will form in lower time frame. If price gives us a sell reason, then we sell. If price doesn't give us a sell reason, then we keep buying.